Do you remember the first story that was so spellbinding that it drove you to break the rules and stay up all night? To keep reading, keep listening, keep playing? So good you forgot your life and lived there?
So good that the moment it ended, you asked yourself, what next?
Welcome to the floor. Our goal is to take you back, take you deeper, to explore and understand more, and relive that childlike wonder.
Join us as we dive deep into humanity's greatest stories, no matter how they are told, through books, movies, television, even games.
One of us does an in-depth research on our topic. One of us is familiar with the topic.
And one of us knows nothing. So the right questions will always be asked and will be addressed for anyone coming into the topic, regardless of how much you know.
Enjoy another world, another adventure, another spellbinding story. Join us on the floor.
All right. Welcome back to the Xenoverse. And today we're going to talk about the Yuntja technology, the Predators technology that we see them use and different things. So me and Aaron are going to sit down and chat about just the different weapons that we've observed that they have. Aaron, you want to start out with some of our basic weapons?
Basic is an interesting word for futuristic aliens, but yeah, sure. They have their wrist blades, which I think everybody knows and loves. Those claws that come out that they use as weapons, but they also use those for ceremonial stuff where they flay their victims.
That's more of the knife. They have a ceremonial knife they keep on their shin. And this is usually the unblooded who have this. And then once they become blooded, it's kind of assumed that they mount it on their wall, their trophy wall, to symbolize that they have been blooded. And that they usually make out of a xenomorph bone. So it doesn't melt when you stab a xenomorph or cut off a xenomorph head, which is something popular they would do with such a knife. But as far as their metal goes for their retractable blades, that's usually a really strong alloy. Nothing on Earth right now is as strong as that alloy is itself. It's super alloy.
Blood can't break it or melt it.
It melts it a little bit. So like their armor is often made out of it, and you see a guy have to discard his armor after getting a big splash on him. And
but the blades, when they shove them through aliens, don't melt.
True, but I think it melts a little bit, but not entirely. And they might,
Where's your proof?
Just the fact that it melts their armor. I suppose I don't have proof on that one.
So that they could actually superheat or something the blade in a different way. Coat it with something.
We also have their plasma casters, right?
That's the shoulder one, right?
Their energy. Yeah, that's the shoulder mounted weapon that's hooked up to the bio helmet and has that auto targeting for them.
Yeah, and then they have camouflage.
Yeah, their cloaking system. Yeah, they can pretty much bend light around them, and only if you're really looking for it, you can see it. There's slight distortion, but other than that, they are pretty much invisible. Be extremely hard to spot if they're just sitting still. That's when it's most difficult to spot them.
That's what they're doing most of the time.
They do that a lot. They sit still and they move fast.
Yeah, they sit still
like a cat that pounces.
If they're going to move, they have a reason.
Yes.
Otherwise, they're just stock still.
Yes, they move with purpose. This hunting is like their ultimate thing. It's I'm going to commit this great hunt. It's a big part of their culture. They have the long spears, and we see one of them's retractable, so it's easier for them to carry around. That's kind of
we saw those in AVP. The girl used it at one point.
And she even gets given it, right? She's given his spear after he dies. I think that one's Wolf is what they call that one who was the most powerful of the three.
That was
And-
Wolf. Who was the
Uh-huh.
one in AVP Requiem? I thought that was Wolf.
Is that one Wolf?
Yeah, I don't remember. They don't say their names ever. People just
Mhm.
call them something.
Mhm.
But I do know the one in Alien versus Predator, whatever his name was. He had the coolest weapon. Yeah, that alien tail whip.
Yeah, that one is Wolf. Yeah. Wolf is the one with the alien tail whip that he uses to obliterate aliens with.
Well, he also uses it to finish off the Pred alien, which is scary. That thing's the boss.
Let's see, what else do we got? They also have pistols, right? Energy casting pistols. Probably similar to the shoulder caster. And we also see that you have a energy weapon in the wrist as well. Their wrist weapon that also contains the bomb. Right, when they have failed, they nuke the area.
Yeah, the one use bomb.
They're big on covering their tracks. You know, that's important to them. Of course, they have spaceships. I know you wanted to mention the net gun that he had.
Oh, yeah, that thing is just mean because it slices through you.
As it retracts and becomes smaller and smaller.
Cubes you up.
Mhm. The cubing net.
Yeah, the cubing net. It's actually a cooking tool for them. Horrific for us, the prey, but
right, but
great item for them. Actually, the guy who did the roadshow for that Predator, who first sold that, made a lot of money. Everybody would use it for dinner, cooking dinner with.
I've noticed with their written language, they love triangles. Triangles is big, you know, and with their plasma weapon, you know, it's got the 3 dots that form the triangle.
Yeah.
They like triangles.
Well, everyone who worshipped them built pyramids.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right.
The Egyptians, the Mayans, the Aztecs. They got their love of triangles somewhere.
They love triangles. Maybe this is like the secret, like that's their Fibonacci. They have a triangle Fibonacci sequence.
Maybe. If you present triangles to them as a gift, they probably love you forever.
Right. They're like, that's a beautiful triangle. I love this triangle.
What are those snacks? Bugles or something? Are those triangles? Like,
those are cones.
Those are cones. Close. I don't know if that would count or if they'd be like, this is a cheap imitation. And then shoot you with a net gun and cook you up.
Well, the pyramids aren't cones, right? They're pyramids.
Exactly. But I mean, still.
Also goo. They love goo, right? We've got a lot of goo. We have goo that they pour on themselves to heal gunshot wounds. We have goo that Predator 2, he loses his arm, breaks up a bunch of tile, puts it in a sink, pours goo on it, bubbles up, comes a new goo, rubs that goo on the severed arm, and he's like, I'm good. I'm going to keep my hunt going. I've still got my prey I need and my trophy I'm taking home with me.
Yeah, they do love their goo.
Alien vs. Predator uses goo to dissolve a xenomorph body after it's been slain.
Oh yeah, he has that biodegradable goo.
Uh-huh.
You think that's just, it's kind of like how astronauts have freeze-dried stuff because it's really convenient to pack. They just have 20 different types of goo because it just does whatever you need. And well, if I mix this with water, I get roast beef. Like if I mix this with a tree, I now have a spaceship. Like I have goo for any occasion.
Yeah, I wonder if like in their arm, they can program what kind of goo they want it to be, and they alter the molecules a little bit. And now you're like, I have this specific kind of goo. You know, that would be so useful. So right,
it'd be so weird if they could do that. That'd be so like, how long would it take? Do you think like 2 minutes, just like beep done, or like, oh, gonna let it sit for 2 days?
Oh, right, yeah. I was kind of thinking about how spell slots in role playing games works. You know, you have so many spell slots because you only have so much goo, but you get to pick from a selection.
Yeah, that would work.
You know,
they'd probably have to be similar. Like they'd have to have the same base.
I think we're creating the subclass for Joe in our Predator game if we ever play that.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, I'm going hardcore goo.
I brought my goo. Just like no matter what bad stuff happens, we've been caught. There's 100 people all around us with guns on us. I have my goo. We're okay, guys. It's like, no, we created a monster.
He's like, I'm bringing a backpack of goo. I want 8 liters.
I got goo for good days. I got goo for bad days. I got goo for the apocalypse. Like, so, oh my gosh. And then I'll just have my net gun.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up there with goo.
All right. Thanks for joining us on this short brief of just alien technology and the different things they can do.
I know we didn't jump into this with a good intro, so it might have thrown you guys off a little bit. But we're doing a new format now where we're going to do, well, this one was the expert and the amateur in the Xenomorph universe. So it was Aaron and Eli. So Eli and I just going over the Predator technology. If you like this, you want to hear more format like this, or you want us to dive into something else in this format, in this universe, please let us know. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening.
Leave us a review. Tell us why you like listening to us. Is it our awesome deep dives? Is it our amazing back and forth? Is it our charming good looks?
What would you like us to add or change? You can put that in the review as well. We read reviews.
Yeah, and if you're going to be leaving us a review telling us what you like about it, maybe you even want to share the content with your friends. Like and share on social media. You can join us on Twitter and Facebook. We post memes. And we actually started a Discord, so come play with us.
So a lot of the worlds we cover have a retcon. If you're not familiar with that term, it's reconstruction. Or sometimes we might use a bad source for some of our lore research. And if that happens, feel free to email us at florefantasyandlore@gmail.com. That is floor spelled FLORE, fantasyandlore@gmail.com. And if you're angry enough, we'll read it on the air.
Yes, we will. Also, the treasure room is now available. We have locked a few secrets for everything we cover in there. And each week, we add more.
And you can find the treasure room on patreon.com/floor fantasy and lore. And how do you spell that, Aaron?
That's lore with an F at the beginning. So it sounds like floor, but it's not the floor you're thinking because it's our floor.
We hope you enjoyed your time on the floor. Think about your favorite part of the episode. Now, think about your nerdiest friend. Who is it? What is their name? They want to know about the floor. Stop holding out on them. Go and tell them about your favorite part.
Because all of this is more fun together.